as we see a magnificent overhead shot of the Olympic Stadium here in Tokyo. It's full tonight for the visit of Vasco de Gama. Luis Zhao and Donizete are the striking pair for them, capable of unlocking any defence in the world, both of them with European experience. They do have a man called Juninho in midfield, but he's no relation to the Atletico Madrid, a national team attacker with the same name, as the two sides make their way out onto the park. 62,000 fans in the Olympic Stadium tonight. The Japanese certainly love their big occasions, their big football occasions as well. The Olympic torch has been lit especially for the Toyota Cup final. It's the 19th year that this one-off match has been played here in Tokyo, formerly called the World Club Championship, the Intercontinental Cup. As Roberto Carlos has a quick word with Felipe, his international teammate, though Felipe very much new on the international scene for Brazil. That's Donizete. He has played 14 times for Brazil, though at 30 years of age, perhaps his international days are behind him. It's Real Madrid to kick off. There's a slight edge to South American teams in this fixture over the years. They've had 20 victories, and European teams have had just 15. So Real Madrid trying to tilt the balance back just a little bit more to the European teams. That's an early foul by Christian Panucci. Great moment for Roberto Carlos to be playing against a Brazilian side. Vasco de Gama, named after the Portuguese navigator of the 16th century. The club was founded by Portuguese immigrants, and in fact it's 100 years old this year, Vasco de Gama. So what a year to be crowned as the World Club Champions. But the early pressure comes from Raul. Well, it was a very good strike too by the young Spanish international. He got the ball back just a little bit fortuitously, but he made the most of his good luck. Got a good strike in on goal there. Well, it was close enough to have Carlos Germano, the Vasco goalkeeper, diving at full stretch. Raul again, moved into a more midfield role under Gus Hiddink, as Roberto Carlos whips it across. No one at the near post. Seedorf goes back. It's a promising beginning to the game, not just from a Real Madrid perspective, but from the angle of whether it's a good match or not. So often these games disappoint, but not so far this one, as Savio is pulled back. Roberto Carlos, a gallop down that left wing there, whipped it across to the front post as Savio was making his way in there. It's a free kick to Real Madrid. Roberto Carlos waiting for some movement. There's not too much of it in the penalty area. It's a very deep cross. It's one in the air! What a save! The flag's gone up for offside. But it was Raul again involved at the point of the move for Real Madrid. While the goal wouldn't have counted, you can see there that Raul was just offside. Let's give a round of applause for Carlos Germano, the Vasco goalkeeper, for that save. Double Schuka awaiting in the wings. Will he play a part in tonight's match? He's certainly a player that thrives on the big stage. Felipe forward. Sharp burst of speed. Great cross. A very similar move to what we saw earlier from Real Madrid when Roberto Carlos whipped it over. This time it was Felipe, who at 21 is perhaps Brazilian football's most impressive revelation this year. Won his first cap against Yugoslavia in September. Gave us a glimpse there as the corner is just a little under hit. The shot comes in and a good save. Bodo Ilgner down to his left. As the shot from Ramon was certainly curling into that bottom left-hand corner there. And it was a good try and a good save. Seedorf. Well, just to give you an idea of the different focus that these two sides have on this match, and that's Antonio Lopez, the coach of Vasco da Gama, who's a former police detective. He was never a top player, but he's always been a student of the game, and now he's got his opportunity here in charge of Vasco da Gama. He's been in charge of the side for 2 years now, which with Brazilian football is almost ready for long service leave. It's a long-term appointment, that. As Roberto Carlos whips one across and own goal. 1-0 to Real Madrid. The scorer, an unlikely one. The cross was devilishly curling in there, made it so difficult for the defence, and Carlos Germano had no chance. He wasn't expecting it to come off a defender, the bullet that it was. And rightfully, Roberto Carlos can take an awful lot of credit for the goal. He just drilled it in. It was almost like a shot, and it was straight past the goalkeeper. Nasser, the number 11 for Vasco da Gama, will get the credit for the opening goal. Just look at the power that Roberto Carlos put behind that cross. No wonder it was hard for the defence to deal with. But as I was about to tell you, it seems an awfully long time ago, Vasco da Gama have been in Japan for 3 weeks preparing for this game, whereas Real Madrid flew in just a couple of days ago. So it just gives you an idea of the different priority that the game is for the two clubs. The South Americans see it very much as an opportunity to show the world that South American football, not European football, is the best. So far, it's the Spanish side that have their noses in front. Mijatovic gives a signal to Roberto Carlos. What signal do you need? It's just under 34 metres towards goal. That's easily within reach of Roberto Carlos. What can he come up with here? Good shot! My word, that had some pace on it. And Carlos Germano, well, he was grateful, I think, just to get his hands to the ball. It curled around the left-hand man on the wall. The goalkeeper, fortunately for him, had a good sight on it. But that's only half the battle. The pace was so vicious that he still got to deal with the shot. As Panucci whips it across, no one at the far post for Real Madrid. And at the moment, they have Vasco da Gama very nicely on the rack. Well, it was almost straight at Carlos Germano, but he still was only game to just try and punch the ball away. Oh, it's a tackle from behind on Roberto Carlos. And I suspect that that will be the second yellow card of the game. It's number 5, Luizinho, with that tackle. Well, given the World Cup that we had just recently in France. There would have been situations where that would have been a red card, not a yellow card. For the time being, Luizinho just given a yellow. And play goes on. Seedorf. Redondo. Savio forward. Roberto Carlos down the left. Flowing with this from Real Madrid. Well, Roberto Carlos is absolutely irrepressible so far tonight. And Real Madrid have certainly started this game on fire. Panucci. Deep cross. Mijatovic prepared to take the ball out. Raul coming short. Well, this is in that earlier move from Roberto Carlos, where again he got behind the fullback, and again the goalkeeper Germano just content to punch the ball away. Donizete, well, we've hardly seen him, have we? He's known as the Black Panther. He's an outstanding player, but he's barely had a look in so far with the start that Real Madrid have made here. Real Madrid, who won their 7th European Cup last season. Play goes on quickly. Donizete took the ball, carries on through the centre. Vasco de Gama forward, a rare attack, and that's a nice ball in behind the Real Madrid defence. It's a cross, and just cut out at the near post there. Donizete was waiting for it in the centre. So good work in defence by, it was Hierro at the front post. Yes, it was. Donizete, who had a spell at Benfica in his career, didn't really settle in Europe. Neither did his striking partner tonight, Luizao, who returned home after just 6 months in Spain with La Coruña. Well, FIFA President Sepp Blatter on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen there, enjoying the occasion tonight. Certainly does an awful lot of travelling around the world, Sepp Blatter. He's been in South Africa recently, England, and now in Tokyo. And Seedorf forward, takes the shot. It was headed towards goal, but it was blocked, and it's gone for a corner. And who's hitting his in his first season in charge of Real Madrid, and already he's feeling quite a bit of heat for the way the side have started the Spanish First Division. They're struggling very much at the moment. As the corner comes over. Oh, that's well brought down. The Vasco defender has been just poleaxed by that shot there from Raul. Slowly gets back to his feet. Mauro Galvão, 36 years of age, just a little bit unlucky, many people feel, not to be in the Brazilian World Cup squad. Still tormenting defenders, but not here as Raul plays it across. Real Madrid have Roberto Carlos forward, and Mijatovic was sliding in, hopeful of some kind of connection with the ball. Predrag Mijatovic is responsible for Real Madrid being here. He scored the winning goal in last season's Champions League final. But the goal so far tonight has gone off the boot of a Vasco de Gama defender. It was Nasser who put past his own goalkeeper here. No chance for Carlos Germano as the cross was whipped in by Roberto Carlos. He has been unstoppable in this first 45 minutes for Real Madrid. And the whole performance so far from the European champions suggests that they are well in control of the game. Real Madrid 1, Vasco de Gama 0. Welcome back to the Olympic Stadium as the second half about to get underway. Neither coach has made any changes at the halftime break. Antonio Lopez in charge of Vasco de Gama. Does have a superstitious streak about him. He generally likes to wear a green shirt, a lucky green shirt he calls it, at matches, and he never irons them either. And just to keep the lucky run going, well, try and get a shot of him in the second half and just see how his shirt's looking. But he's a fiery character. He's been banned twice in the last 2 years, 40-day touchline bans on both occasions for outrageous behaviour towards the match officials. And so far, he's been on very good behaviour. Vasco's substitutes all hoping to get a piece of the action as Ilgner, well, he was a long way off his line. He looked to be caught out there, and he didn't really want the ball back either from Manuel Sanchez in that situation. So Ramon comes across to take the corner for Vasco de Gama. Again, Ilgner well off his line. Now he retreats. Redondo down the line. Now, Savio running into trouble somewhat, and a very tough tackle, but a tackle that seemed to take the ball from Luizinho. Panucci with the cross roll. We just can't afford to leave Raul alone for a moment. He's being given this attackive midfield role from Husidink, and he's very hard to mark, and he joined in the attack late there. Mijatovic picked him out, and the shot just slid past the upright. More signs that the Vasco de Gama defence will have plenty of work on their plate in the second half. And here's another indicator. Deep cross. Raul's there, trying to just bring the ball under control, but he's got three defenders all around him, and naturally the numerical superiority wins out in the end. And that's great play by Donizete, taking on his man. It was a good idea, but so calm in defence is Hierro, and Donizete came back there, but he did well in the first place, Donizete. Look at this, Hierro knew exactly what was coming. It was almost like he had the script there in advance, Fernando Hierro. But Real now have got themselves into a spot of bother, giving the ball away. With the cross, Donizete can't get there. Loose ball, Ilgner, great save. Still Vasco, oh! Superb goal by Juninho. Well, the moment appeared lost for Vasco de Gama when Ilgner made a great save. But it fell to Juninho, who was just joining in a little bit late with the attack. And the name Juninho, of course, is synonymous with the Atletico Madrid and Brazilian midfielder. No relation to this young man, but a strike that either would be proud of. Ilgner there with that superb stop. Juninho gave the German goalkeeper for the Spanish side no chance with the follow-up shot. And the match is tied up at 1-1. goal will be like a shot in the arm to Vasco de Gama, who, for the most part of this match, have been forced to play second fiddle to Real Madrid. And here's Raul forward again. Concern, understandably, on the face of who's hitting, as Vasco de Gama are back in the game, well and truly, not just on the scoreboard, but certainly in terms of the openings that they're creating. Vasco forward again, plenty of men waiting in the centre, provided that a cross can come from Felipe. So sharp, onto the left foot, across! Well, he is like a lightning, Felipe. Very much in the Roberto Carlos mould. In fact, he even looks a little bit quicker than Roberto Carlos, and that's saying something. And the ball was just whipped across the face of the Real goal. Ilgner dive just to cover himself. Now, Mijatovic. Well, with a surprising amount of room there, Predrag Mijatovic went for a finish of real class, as the ball was handed to him on a plate by one of the defenders, but it was well over the bar. Roberto Carlos again free, pulling it back. Good save from Carlos Germano. And then at the back post joining in was Savio. But again, Roberto Carlos getting behind his man, picking out Savio at the back post. It wasn't a clean header by his fellow Brazilian, and that gave Carlos Germano an opportunity to clear the ball. Oh, just look at the space for Felipe on the left. Donizete waiting in the centre. Felipe going all the way on his own. Well, that was a superb effort. Well, picked out there by Luizão. Felipe had so much to do. He went past one, then past a second, onto the left foot. And it was a whisker away for a goal that would have put Vasco de Gama in the lead. Corner taken short. Deep cross is a good one. The error was there. Oh, Ilgner! How did he see that one? And Vasco de Gama are giving Real Madrid a taste of their own medicine. They're absolutely peppering the Real goal. Seedorf can't quite keep the momentum going for Real Madrid there. That's another great ball. Donizete. Luizão waiting in the centre. Donizete goes on his own. Well, very much Donizete's trademark is cutting in from the left-hand side and having a go with the right foot. And that was an attempt with the left foot. That was saved by Bodo Ilgner. Well, Vitor is coming on for Wagner. Straight swap, a defender for a defender. I can't read too much into that particular substitution. And meanwhile, Ramon will take the corner. Juninho across. Little ball over the top is very good. Little back heel, marvellous move, but nothing to show for it in the end. Well, it was a delight to watch. Mauro Galvão stayed forward. He picked up this through ball, a little back heel from him. And the shot in the end came in from Ramon, who'd come inside after taking the corner. A wayward effort. But again, the build-up very easy on the eye as Raul is in space in the area. He's got past one. Raul still going. Superb effort that from Raul. Just when Real Madrid are looking like they're there for the taking, they respond with a strike of real quality. And the Vasco de Gama defence, who have at times looked at 6s and 7s, were caught out once again there by the long ball from Seedorf. Raul with another run from midfield. He got past the first one, past the second, with just the goalkeeper to beat. He just side-footed it home. A consummate finish there from such an intelligent player. Well, the goalkeeper was sitting on his backside even before Raul put the ball in the net. Such was the deception. And a great, great goal to give Real Madrid a 2-1 lead. Perhaps there's still a part to play here tonight for Davor Šuker. Not long left in the match, though. Just over 3.5 minutes, in fact, plus time added on. Vitor forward. And continues his run to get the ball back. Donizete. Goes past one. Slips through another gap. Donizete tried to play a good ball through. Not too many numbers in the centre of the Real defence there that time. As Ilgner caught off his line, loose ball, saved off the line. Roberto Carlos will clear the ball eventually to Redondo. Seedorf. But Real Madrid making it very hard for themselves. Vasco de Gama still feel that there's something in this game for them, and you can hardly blame them for that. Oh, brought down, offside. This is the earlier moment when Ilgner came out and it was saved off the line there. Well, Real Madrid have won the Toyota Cup thanks to a splendid goal from Raul in the second half when he chased onto a through ball, got round a couple of defenders before side-footing it past the goalkeeper. Well, they truly are the champions of the world as well as the champions of Europe now. Official confirmation for Real Madrid. There's no centenary celebrations for Vasco de Gama, but they made a very worthy opponent here tonight. Real Madrid 2, Vasco de Gama 1.